Well, it's been a scintillating Sunday of cricket in the IPL 2018. Both games taking us to the final over, almost the final ball. In this case, the Rajasthan Royals have held their nerves courtesy Krishnappa Gautam's 33 of 11. He should take all credits, even though Sanju Samson top scored with 52 and in the process picked up the orange cap. Suryakumar Yadav and Ishan Kishan put the record partnership of this year's IPL on, and then Mumbai completely lost their way, going from 135 for 2 at one stage to 167 in their 20 overs. In response, Rajasthan themselves 110 for 2 at the fall of Ben Stokes' wicket on the first ball of the 15th over, had a bit of a slip with 4 for 15, and in the end, Krishnappa Gautam's 33 has taken them over the line. It's another win for Rajasthan. It's another defeat for Mumbai. To make sense of all of it, on ESPN Written for Matchday, Runorder powered by Techno Mobile, Jimmy Faulkner, Sean Tate, Deep Das Gupta, Gaurav Sundararaman, and Alexis Nunes and myself. Right. Who can explain that game of 2020 cricket? Deep Das Gupta?
Well, that was 2020 cricket.
Did the better team win?
I don't know which one was the better team, to be honest. I mean, they both played good cricket at times, and they both played pretty ordinary cricket at times. So, it was a tough one to call, actually.
It was almost like whoever made the less mistakes, or whoever wanted to lose less, ended up winning. Sean?
It came down to Mumbai in the crunch moment of the game at the end with the batting and the ball. Just missed the mark with the right at the death basically, bat and ball.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that K. Gautam innings, I know it's much harder to do under pressure at the end, Jimmy, but 33 of 7, if anyone in Mumbai would have hit a 8-ball 20 or a 10-ball 30, that's the difference. Can you say that little 11-ball innings from Gautam at the end effectively the difference?
Yeah, it's a good thing you played because Taddy wanted to drop him for a
No, I mean, but to think of that, striking at 300 and coming in after a heap of wickets, which couldn't have done his confidence any good. I mean, you've seen the international stars before that in Butler, Stokes, even Hendrik Klaassen with a bit of a reputation getting dismissed quickly. It must have been extremely hard for a batsman who's not been in that situation often.
Yeah, he hasn't been in that situation. I mean, he was under the pump going into the game, so for him to pull that off at the end was electrifying, and they probably got away with one there. I reckon Rajasthan. Mumbai should have made more runs, and then Bumrah got them back into it.
Yeah.
In about the 16th, 17th over, whatever that was, and then his last over was a shocker.
Let's analyze that a little deeper. Gaurav, you've spoken on one of our podcasts recently of Bumrah and just understanding whether he's as good at the death as he's not. We almost saw the best and worst of Bumrah in alternate overs. He's been taken apart by Dwayne Bravo. Is he still the force that everyone thinks him to be?
Couple of issues. No balls. You don't bowl no balls. You bowl too many now at crucial times, even for India as well as for his team. You can't be bowling no balls if you're at such a crucial stage of a match. That is one. And second thing, of late, if people tend to attack him, he seems to do different things. He seems to go all. He goes away from his plan. So I think that's a way by which you can capitalize on him. He's still a great bowler in the death. I'm sure that was something which, though he didn't expect the 19th over, he gave his best bowler that 19th over. That didn't happen. But what was very interesting for me and which I really liked was K. Gautam declining a single when there were 6 runs of 4 balls. He's an uncapped player, and Unadkat is at the other end. I know he can hit the long ball, but not many players would do that.
Sure. It's
Backing
similar to the
himself.
Yadav situation, but that was different. He was batting with the number 11.
Yeah, so he was backing himself to hit that 6, and he knew that one of the next 3 balls, if he hits a 6, he would do it.
Sure, I mean, the hard work had almost been done before that. When you need 10 of the last over, you back the batting team. The shots that Gautam played, to Bumrah, you have a lot of guys who try and sort of hit him. The natural for a right hand would be hit him mid-on, mid-wicket. You knew the third man's up. Explain that concept if you buy it firstly. And the nature of the shots that he hit off Bumrah.
I thought it was very smart of him, the kind of shots that he played. Obviously, I mean, the biggest challenge for someone like him is to play those, play in this situation right now. Obviously, he's known in the domestic circuit for big hitting. I mean, his domestic strike rate is 158 or something. So he's known for that. But especially the Mustafizur boundary over third man. This tells you it's not just about power hitting, it's about smart cricket as well. So it's not just about trying to muscle the ball into the boundary or over the boundary. But
there was a Hardik boundary over third man.
Exactly, the Hardik, Mustafizur as well.
So he's picked his balls in his spots.
True. I kind of, I like the way he kind of constructed that innings. I mean, it wasn't like slogging. He actually played good cricketing shots.
One thing that Gaurav points out is no balls, Terry. Not only Bumrah with the front foot, but even Mustafizur. One thing you need is just that control, full toss over. I mean, Beamer that was bowled in Mustafizur's last over, free hit that followed, doesn't help your calls.
I think little 1%ers is exactly like that. It can change the game, and there's no doubt they'll be with the bowling coach over the next couple of days, talking about just little things like that. Like it's a simple little mistake, but it can change the course of a game, especially in 2020 cricket, and that'll be going around in his head for sure.
Well, just a question, as in, it's not a new thing for Bumrah. He's been bowling no balls consistently. So how difficult is it to kind of get it out of him?
I was going to say that I found it very difficult personally. Having no ball problems, trying to sort that out, but they need to get it sorted out pretty quickly. There's a few things that he can do, and speaking with the bowling coach and the coaching staff, just to help him sort that out. Because as a captain, if you're going to give your gun death bowler the ball, you need to be confident that he's not going to make those mistakes.
Yeah, you've got to keep. I'm sure it plays at the back of his mind as well. How much that affects the eventual ball.
At the same time, you want him to run in confidently and hit the wicket hard and not have to worry about no balls.
Yeah.
That's a big one. The confidence is to run in and do that, hit his Yorkers without worrying about the no ball.
Okay, we've spoken of the Gautam innings, we've spoken of the errors that Bumrah and Mustafizur made, but with 10 from 6, and you're not sure if Gautam can take them over the line or not, and they've also and you still had Jofra Archer at the other end. Would you have given the ball to Hardik Pandya? Was he the best option? McClanagan had an over. The spinners, if you want a left field choice. Paul Addis sometimes bowled just one over randomly, but was he the right call for you?
Oh, look, it's a tough one. 10 off 6 is very hard to defend.
Yeah.
In T20 cricket. We did speak about maybe throwing the spinner a ball as a wicket-taking option. First couple of balls go up in the air, a lot of scoreboard pressure suddenly. It's a 50-50. It depends what confidence the captain's got in the bowler.
And the other thing is, who wants the ball?
Yeah.
It's quite possible that Hardik must have walked up to him and said, listen, I want to bowl the last over. It's quite possible that way.
It wasn't a bad. I thought it was a pretty decent option. And he got a wicket, you threw it in there. But then it's just a simple case of execution as well. Just executing. He bowled a good Yorker on the stumps, which was a dot ball. They didn't take the run. What's wrong with that?
Okay,
what's wrong with going back to that?
Captains using bowlers for the 20th. It seems to be an interesting trend we're seeing now. Virat Kohli seems to be confused as to who would bowl his 20th. We've seen other good. Bhuvneshwar Kumar didn't complete his quota earlier today for Sunrisers. It seems like that 20th over has almost become something that they're not quite keeping in mind now, given they want to try and finish the game or effect it at least before that.
Yeah, see, I think people have realized 19th over is the most important. You start planning for that from the 18th, 19th, and I think he would have wanted 15, 16. He wouldn't have expected Bumrah to go for so long, so many runs, and he would have had in his mind that Hardik would have been bowling the last over. I'm pretty sure in the 19th over he would have decided that, and it just didn't go as per plan. And Hardik's done it once before, we all know, against Bangladesh.
Yeah, Mustafizur knows. He's bowling the other end.
Yeah, but I guess that's the luck of the day.
This is the last thing on Bumrah. It's 2 games now. I won't count the Sunrisers one because there was a small target. But Chennai against Bravo, today against Gautam. Is Bumrah sort of not quite the same invincible force at the death, if he ever was for you?
Not really. I think he can have an off tournament. I mean, people can have off tournaments, but I'm not going to, just because he's had a couple of average games, I'm not going to count him out. I mean, he still is a super bowler in the death or just white ball cricket. He's a super bowler.
So you wouldn't be worried for Bumrah?
I wouldn't be, but this no ball thing is something that has been there for a while now. So I just hope he sorts this out. I mean, we all remember Champions Trophy final. I mean, so it's nothing new as.
Okay, let's just go back in the innings a little bit and see whether Rajasthan were helped by that partnership between Ben Stokes and Sanju Samson, or should they have gotten the job done a lot earlier? But it was finally a performance of sorts from Ben Stokes, who we know has been due for a while. 40 of 27 for him. Sanju Samson too, 39 ball 52. That phase was important, Ben Stokes, and in a strange way we were discussing it, that Jofra Archer's inclusion might have also just given Ben Stokes a little push.
It looked like as well. He looked like he was a bit happier. I don't know. He just looked like he was in a better mood out there as well, and back to his competitive self. That's what he's there for. He's there to help them win games. He's probably arguably their most important player.
They did drop Ben Laughlin, and they haven't brought in Darcy Short. Was this their best batting order for you, Jimmy? With Rahane and Tripathi up top, and Stokes, Butler, Klassen, Archer all coming one after the other in the middle. Was that the best looking batting lineup for you?
Yeah, I like Tripathi up the top. It's just a matter of what they do with their 4th overseas. I'm interested whether they bring Laughlin back or not, or maybe they bring Short back in. That's probably the only one that's up for grabs.
A couple of poor scores for Henrik Klassen. That phase in the middle though with Samson, did it look like they were leaving too much to do at the end? In fact, almost, even though they got over the line, you could say
that's something that Sanju has to work on, because he's very good in the first 6. Again, today after the first 6 in the middle overs, he's got 27 of 24. I understand Ben Stokes was going great, But then when you need around 8 and over, 8.5 and over, so you can't afford to kind of lose that momentum in the middle overs, and that's where I think more and more teams need to work on 7 to the 16th over.
Well, thank God for Krishnappa Gautam, who not only has taken Rajasthan Royals over the line in front of an anxious Savai Man Singh crowd, but has also picked up our most impressive honours of the evening. Alexis Nunes?
It is indeed our most impressive honour of the evening. The Tata next on best strike rate of the match, and as Ronak just alluded to, it has to go to Krishnappa Gautam. He only faced 11 balls, but that still qualifies to get this award. 33 runs is what he made, 4 fours, two sixes for a whopping strike rate of 300. You're not going to see any bigger than that today.
And it's also a nice little lesson, Jimmy. You've played at the death a lot under pressure. You don't always have to just look at the arc, because you kind of bowlers that you have, especially with captains preferring this third man in the ring, just play smart, use your head. You did that today.
Yeah, he used the pace and he used the angles as well. With Fizz's angle coming over the wicket, across him, he just tapped on the head and kept scoring boundaries there. So I was actually, and Deep said the same thing, quite surprised that third man wasn't back.
GS, has he done it enough times before? You've watched a lot of league cricket outside of the IPL.
Don't forget, he was recruited by Mumbai Indians last season. He was bought by Mumbai Indians. He warmed the benches throughout the season, and now this year I think they didn't bid for him. I don't remember that, but they didn't get him. So they found his talent. He has been hitting this year. I think he was sent at number 3 for Karnataka in all the Saeed Mushtaq Ali matches, and to come to do this exact job of accelerating and scoring big. And the interesting part, when you look at that scorecard, he's the only one to. I think it's a difficult wicket to strike immediately or strike boundaries, because nobody else has scored more than a strike rate of 155. Surya Kumar Yadav was 153, and he scored at 300. So yes, the situation obviously demanded that, but also it requires that execution. And with Bumrah and Mustafizur, I think it was a great innings. So maybe something that it was his day today.
Okay, well, let's throw a look at the points table now. After K. Gautam, I think, has lifted Rajasthan from what would have otherwise looked like a dubious position on the table. Chennai Super Kings, after a narrow win against Hyderabad, have taken top spot. Kings 11 Punjab, they're the two teams to look out for now. Kolkata, they've got a big week ahead of them. They've got a few days off. They have to get Andre Russell fit. Hyderabad, on the other hand, well, where do they go from here? They've got a problem chasing 180 plus. On the other hand, Rajasthan have put some distance between them and the bottom 3 after this win. And Mumbai and Delhi, two high-profile teams. Delhi in action in, we're already in the new day, so Delhi in action against Punjab a little later on. That's what it looks like. Let's just have a quick chat on Mumbai, who normally after picking up a win tend to pick up or carry that momentum. This is now 3 losses, win, loss again.
And all
now,
losses have been after
I was just coming to that.
Yeah.
3 losses now at the death. Very, very quick. But they would have backed themselves in, with their experience and whatnot to actually get the job done. Worried for Mumbai Indians?
Worried in the sense, yes. I mean, obviously they've just got 1 win and 5, so obviously worried from that perspective. But when you look at that side, there are no obvious holes in that side. It's nothing that you can do as a coach or as support staff and say, listen, let's make these changes and things will be fine. I think it still is probably the best 11.
Yeah.
So you really can't do much. It's just expect the guys to go out there and do their best.
I agree. It's probably you're right. There's no holes in the side. Their setup's pretty good. It's just that 1 or 2 overs a game. They're just missing that finishing ability, I suppose.
Yeah, the 1%ers that he spoke about a while ago. I mean, he just needs to get those important overs. For example, the 18th, 19th overs right. You mentioned
less mistakes.
Yeah. Wide of off stump with no third man. That's just simple little things like that.
Jimmy?
It's a hard rut to get out of when you keep losing in the last over.
Yeah.
Mentally, you rock up to the next fixture. You know when it comes down to the wire. Oh, we're going to not get over the line. We're going to stumble. Definitely plays on your mind. So it's a hard road, I think, for him.
Yes.
I think they need to finish well both with the bat and the ball. I think two matches they fell 15-20 runs short. Today was you had to get
kind of muscle Mumbai that ought not to happen.
You had to get 180, 190, and I still think Rohit needs to bat up because he needs that time to settle down, and then he's one of the best finishers. He's done it time and again. I think that's the only change I would do. Maybe play Rohit at number 3 or maybe even open with him and give him that time, and then he will be the guy to finish it. He did that against Bangalore. We saw what he could do. Yeah. So I think that's the only change.
All right. Well, that's a wrap then. Thank you, Deep Das Gupta, Jimmy Faulkner, Sean Tate, Gaurav Sundararaman. You've had a nice long weekend. Some of you get a few days off. I think Deep does.
Yes,
I'll see you again
in
May.
Yes, actually. Yeah.
So say goodbye to Jimmy Faulkner.
You
You'll
just
never see him again.
Pop up once a week, don't you?
Yeah, you never know.
Surprise!
Well, he won't be getting a phone call from Rajasthan now anyway. He's expecting a phone call if they lost tonight.
Oh, Bangalore.
Well, Andre Russell's hamstrings being monitored, so maybe he'll be flying with Deep to
Is
Kolkata
anyone's?
at some point. Teddy, we'll see you in a few days as well. Jimmy, you're back in a few hours from now to do the
I'm
day.
here every day, man.
Every single day.
Yeah.
You sleep just right under that desk. Thank you very much. Gisat, see you again soon. Alexis, let's get some rest and be back soon.
Couple hours.
Couple of hours with the way these IPL games go on. Okay, first reverse fixture, Delhi Punjab. Make sure you join us for that half an hour before the start of the game on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, as well as ESPNcricinfo.com. Download the app as well. Thanks for watching this extensive coverage through the course of the weekend on ESPN Cricinfo Matchday Runorder, powered by Techno Mobile.